everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a part of my life, and today I'm going to be giving you some duets. Now, I haven't done like a duets video in literal years, and that is not an exaggeration. It has genuinely been years, and people seem to like it at the time, so maybe people will still like it now. But before we get into the video, remember that you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do all of that fun stuff, and you can also follow me at my social medias, which is Hope Wilson E, that's Hope Wilson with an E, on Instagram and TikTok. But with all that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so I've tried to like vary it in like obscurity and vibe, but whether I've actually succeeded in that, I don't know, because low-key, these duets are kind of hard to find unless you like know where you're looking. So, you know, we can't win on all fronts. Okay, so number one, you're probably going to know this if you've interacted with my channel before, but it's The End of the Line from The Theory of Relativity. This song is about two girls who grew up together, and one of them grew up and was super popular, and the other one was not, and then the roles reverse and we see how things change. It's a really fun song, quite characterful vibes. I will say there are mentions of fat phobia in this song, so be aware of that, but I think it's a good contemporary belty vibe. You may have heard it on things like TikTok because it trended. It was quite a while ago now, to be fair, but it did trend at one point. But it is a very catchy song. Okay, number two is Wallflower from We Are the Tigers. I haven't talked about We Are the Tigers in a good while on this channel, actually. Let me give you a little synopsis. So, We Are the Tigers is a murder mystery musical about cheerleaders. And some of the cheerleaders get killed off, and then it's a year later, and it's like, who done it, basically. And Wallflower is a duet between Riley and Cairo. Riley is the captain of the team and Cairo is her like second in command. It's a battle song because Cairo's like, you were so shy and all of this and you never would have been this without me, and then Riley's like, well, you were the opposite, like everyone knew that you were like a partier and stuff and you're my second in command. It's a good song. It's a good song for a musical. I don't actually think it gets talked about enough. Another big belty one, arguably more belty than End of the Line, is a big number. So if that sounds of interest to you, there you go. Also, this feels worth mentioning, but I don't actually remember if it's relevant. Cairo is black in the original cast, and there hasn't been any like revival casts since then, and I don't remember if they mention if it's important. I don't think they do, but I'm just gonna put that in there for your reference. But within that song, at least, it's not relevant. Okay, number three is Dance With You from The Prom. I also said Dance With Me, and I was like, that's not the name of the song. Dance With You, which is a duet between Emma and Alyssa, who are hashtag girlfriends because we love gay rights for everyone, slay for gay rights, you know? They want to dance together at prom, and this is very cute. I think it's a really nice balance of like duet bits and like solo bits. I think Emma's bit is more fun, personally, because she gets some of the bigger stuff, but it's a really cute song. I enjoy it thoroughly. If you love to be gay, maybe this is the duet for you. Okay, number four is I Know Him So Well from Chess. I just rewatched my duets video to say, let's not include any of the ones that I already included. But for the life of me, I can't remember, even though I literally watched it 15 minutes ago, if this was on my list. But I'm going to mention it anyway. Because my short-term memory is that bad and I felt like 8 was a rounded number. So, I Know Him So Well from Chess. I'm waiting for this song to get a bit of a resurgence because obviously the revival is pending with Leah Michelle and Aaron Tveit. So it's going to be a real interesting time for that. But yes, it's Svetlana and someone else. I can't remember the other character's name, but they're fighting over a guy. And now I'm saying this, I feel like I actually did mention it in my other video, but I've said it now. So if you're a bit older, maybe this is the one for you. Okay, number 5, I really have to talk about Our Little World from Into the Woods. And if you're like, Hope, what the hell are you talking about? I know, right? So, I was going to say recently, but it was actually like 6 months ago, so it's not recently at all. Semi-recently, I watched the UK production, which I think was at Regent's Park, but I could be wrong. But I'm going to go with Regent's Park. The Regent's Park production of Into the Woods, right? There's another bloody song in there. What are you on? I was shocked. I was like, this is new information for me that I didn't know before. But it is a duet between the witch and Rapunzel, which I love because I feel like Rapunzel really doesn't get enough to do in the show. So it's great, and it's a beautiful duet, and it's in the script. Like, if you look at the score, it's in the score, but it's like optional whether you put it in or not, and most tend not to, but it's there and it exists, and it's so pretty and beautiful that I think it's worth a listen, if that sounds of interest to you. Okay, number 5, I think this is 5, it could be 6, actually I think it's 6, I Can't Lose You from Frozen. Now, I Can't Lose You is a replacement to the For the First Time in Forever reprise, which I have my own feelings about, because For the First Time in Forever reprise is my favourite song in Frozen the movie. So the fact that they cut it made me really sad. But I Can't Lose You is a great replacement. It's between Anna and Elsa, very Disney vibes. It's like sisterhood. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's like, this is sisterhood in a song. It's very pretty. And as an only child, I can't relate, but maybe you do. I don't know. Okay, number 7, again. I think I may have mentioned this in my last video, but I literally checked. So, oops, if that is the case. But Let Me Be Your Star from Smash. There's a good few duets in Smash. Like, you're going to find it. Same with Death Becomes Her. I didn't put any of them in there, but many a duet in Death Becomes Her. It's so 2010s in the best way. Even though I think Smash actually came out in the late 2000s, but you know, love a moment, love a competition moment. It's Karen and Ivy fighting it out. It's actually not in the musical, but it is in the television show. Karen and Ivy fighting it out for the role of Marilyn Monroe, belting their socks off, living their best lives, and we all just appreciate that. We in the musical theatre community appreciate Smash and what it did for us. It was like if Glee was made for adults, but in the best way, and like more unhinged, and like it is less unhinged than Glee, but it's also, it gets real crazy in season 2, I've got to say. So even if you don't like the duet, it's worth a watch. It's a good show. Okay, and my last one, which is probably the most obscure one on this list, because looking back, most of these aren't very obscure, maybe other than Our Little World. But my last one, which I literally discovered today and literally loved, Calm, Cool and Collected from Calvin Berger the musical. I hear you saying, Hope, what is that musical? I don't really know. I'll be perfectly honest. I think it's about this guy who's like conventionally unattractive, and there's like a auction thing, because that's an American thing that happens. There's like a people auction, which I think is weird personally, but each to their own, I guess. In like movies when they're like auctioning off dates and stuff, it's like that. And there's these 2 girls, and in this song one of them's like, you should bid on him, and they're like, I can't do that, and then they're like, yeah, you can. And that's what the song is about. But it's really pretty. I think it's pretty, but like in like a teenagey awkward way. It's supposed to be funny, but it's just a fun little time that people enjoy, including me, and it will be being added to my playlist because it was a really good song. And there are solos in that show as well that I have heard before, but I'd never really taken the time out of my day to listen to the whole album. But I might actually do that now, because that song is a really fun, good song. But yeah, those are my 8. I'm realizing now they weren't really that obscure, and they were all kind of the same style, even though I said at the beginning of the video that they would be of kind of different obscurities and different styles. But they are different styles. Like, you know, we had mother and daughter, we had friends, we had lovers, we had frenemies, we had sisters. We had the range of relationships, at least, even if they were all contemporary musicals. But some of them are comedy, some of them are serious, some of them are belty, some of them are all mixy. So there is some kind of uniqueness to them all. But yes, those are my duets for today. I don't really have any more to say because I kind of forgot what I was planning on saying. But if you like this video, remember that you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, and you can also follow me on all my social medias, which is Hope Wilson E. That's Hope Wilson with an E on Instagram and TikTok. And with that, you can keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.